Do nothing by halves to supersize business. Didn't do a very good job folding that in half, but you get the idea. Our idiom, our expression today is to do nothing by halves. What the heck does this mean? It of course means to give something your full attention, your full effort. This idiom and expression got me to thinking about the saying, it's pretty popular right now, how you do everything is, or how you do anything is how you do everything. Now, I want to take a second and talk about the use of absolutes and what things mean and why we want to be careful when we're using absolutes. Same as my beliefs about should, could, would, shoulda, coulda, woulda, the us. If we shoulda, coulda, woulda, we would have done it, right? Or if we thought it was the right thing to do, we would have done it. Now, with respect to building and supersizing our businesses, I believe we have to go all in. If you want to create something that makes a difference in your life, the lives of other people in the world, you have to be willing to go all in on your idea. But nothing has been around since about the 1600s. The definition of nothing is, of course, an insignificant thing of no consequence. So do we really want to put all of our energy and effort and go all in on nothing? No, we want to go all in on the things that are important to building and supersizing and growing our business. So depending on your industry, depending on your business, those things are going to vary slightly. But for the most part, there's a handful of things that you want to go all in on and make sure you're paying attention to, having key performance indicators, tracking and paying attention to in your business in order for it to grow and supersize. You know, we always want to make sure we're serving people to the best of our ability and taking care of them, making sure they have an incredible experience. One of my biggest pet peeves is businesses that have terrible customer service or no customer service whatsoever. Why? Because it just proves that they don't value their customers and that they have little regard for their customers. They think that they are somehow above or better than their customers, and over the long time, I hope that they're not rewarded for that thought and that behavior. Although in politics, we're seeing a lot of that, right? Again, an aside. So, do nothing by halves. Where does this come from, and why, and how can you apply it to your business? I think that we need to consciously decide what we are and are not going to be for the people that we serve, and as we're creating and building our business. We don't want to serve everybody, but we want to serve the people that we do serve to the best of our ability. Now, maybe the nothing is everybody else, and the thing that really matters is the people that we choose, the market we choose to serve, and how we choose to serve them. So I am curious, are there things in your business that you feel like you should and could be doing to supersize it? Are there areas where you think you could and should beef up? Again, we got those coulds and shoulds, just like absolute. If I catch myself, and I, just like everyone else, I use absolutes in my language, but I have a little trigger now that flags me more often than not when I say always do this or never do that, or I should do that. Should is a trigger word for me these days because I personally spent so many years of my life doing things I should do, and they weren't necessarily good for me or for those I love and care about or for my business. And if I wasn't serving at the highest level to the people I love and care about, to myself and the business, and I wasn't doing my best for contributing to the world. So do nothing by halves. It's a proverb, of course. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Therefore, it has had a huge impact on many, if not all of us as human beings. Whether you've consciously heard of it or not, the belief, the thought, the feeling behind it has permeated pretty much all of our society. It's why we so often talk in absolutes, even when we don't mean absolutes. But when we use an absolute, it affects us and our subconscious in terms of how we respond to that. So it's interesting. I don't know why this do nothing by halves triggered how we do anything is how we do everything for me, but I actually woke up thinking about that today, and I realized that my subconscious was serving me up all of the ways in my life and in the past that I have done anything the way I do everything. Now, of course, how I do anything is how I do everything is absolute lie. It's a lie in my life. It's not true, yet I can make myself believe it's true if I provide enough evidence for it to be true. It's the interesting thing about the world and life and language and the words we use and the things we think of, which is part of why I talk about idioms every day. makes me think about things from more than one perspective. And when we look at things from a different perspective, we see a whole lot of things that we've never seen before, which means we become better and our businesses become better. So I'd love to know your experience, your thoughts on do nothing by halves. Are you a how you do everything is how you do anything, how you do anything is how you do everything person? Or do you pick and choose the areas in your life that you're going to focus on and go all in on, and then the other areas of your life, you're just going to do what you have to do to get by? I say do what you can with what you've got right now, but there are definite areas of my life where I choose not to spend any of my time and energy, or the minimum time and energy, things like housework, minimum time and energy. I have not done yard work or anything in the yard, with the exception of planting a few flowers or buying some potted flowers for around my house, for literally at least 2 or 3 decades. I've always just outsourced that, because although I can do it, I can do a good job mowing the lawn. I used to mow the lawn when I was a little girl. My dad, we had 6 acres that we mowed every week, and so my sisters and I all had to take turns on the lawnmower. So I know how to do those things, but I don't love them. So if I don't love it, then I'm not going to put all of my energy and effort in it and go all in. All right, that's it. That's our idiom for today. Love to know your thoughts on it. Have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another emotion-related idiom.